Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for your patience with some of the technical difficulties that we were having with the YouTube and Facebook systems. We will be starting in 1 minute. If you know of anyone that's still waiting on the line on any of the other links, please get them to join on this link as we'll be starting fairly soon. In the meantime, while you're waiting, for those that are active drivers already, you can claim your 20 Rand bonus for joining the event. Simply message the host or add your DiDi number within the comments. Remember that only DiDi drivers that are active already are eligible for this reward, and this will be checked against your records. So please make sure that if you'd like to claim that reward, you submit your number within the chat now, or you private message the host. Thank you all for waiting. We will be starting very, very soon. Please remember that if you'd like to claim your 20 Rand for joining this event, that you put your DiDi-Driver registered phone number within the chat group so that we can pull this off the chat thereafter and use this to reward you. Please remember to share the link with anyone that is waiting to join so that they can join, and apologies for the technical difficulties. Thank you all very much for joining. We're ready to start. It's my pleasure to introduce our Head of Operation for South Africa, Cecil Lee. He'll be taking you through some of the key introductory features that we have at DT and what our focus is, and setting the tone for the event. All right, Cecil, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Cape Town. We are all very excited to have you guys here joining us online in our first driver event leading up to the official launch in Cape Town. That's happening in May, so in not very long time. My name is Cecil. I'm looking after DiDi's daily operations here in South Africa, and we have very, very ambitious goals to hit this year, with Port Elizabeth and Cape Town being the first cities to launch in South Africa. As some of you may have seen on news or heard from friends, we have started operation in Port Elizabeth earlier this year in March, with many drivers ditching other apps and becoming strong advocates for DiDi because of our high standard of safety features on both driver and passenger end, better earning potentials, as well as our proactive approach to engage the driver community and gather feedback from you guys to continuously improve our app and our services. Personally, I for one cannot wait for the official launch date towards the middle of May, so you guys can start making money on the road and enjoying the advanced features that DiDi can offer to you. Obviously, I understand you guys are here today all wanting to find out more about DiDi, what can we bring to you in terms of earning potentials and promotions and different marketing campaigns that we have in our sleeves. However, I really want to emphasize on the #1 priority for DiDi is to deliver services in a reliable, safe and reliable fashion. Because regardless of how much you can earn from DiDi in a week, it is never worth the risk that someone may rob you off when you finish the day off before heading back home. Even worse if someone were to hijack your car and turn aggressive against you with a weapon. So that's kind of situation we want to avoid. Therefore, it is very, very important here at DiDi to ensure safety is our top priority for both riders and drivers on the platform here in South Africa. We want you to feel safe and know that trips on DiDi will be safeguarded at all times. On this front, we have implemented numerous features and are continuously listening to you guys' feedback in order to improve the safety standard every single day. And our goal is to lift the standard in the e-hailing industry in this country with the arrival of DiDi. I'll then hand it over to Felipe, who will give you an introduction about the overall agenda for today's session. Take it away, Felipe.
Thank you, Cecil, for those words. And yes, we are all super excited. I know that you are eager to know everything about Didi. We are super grateful because we are seeing many drivers joining this session. This is the first session, so thank you so much for joining, for accepting the invitation. We are going to be very straightforward. We know you have many questions, so we are going to try to cover everything that is important to you. Driver earnings, we're going to talk about the driver community that we want to build, that we will build in Cape Town. Also, we're going to cover all the features, the incredible features that the Didi app brings to Cape Town. We're going to talk about all the promotions that we're going to launch for the riders in order to bring all those trips and give you the access to great economic opportunities. We're going also to cover all the referral programs that we're launching in Cape Town, which are just amazing. And of course, since we want to have an open communication with you guys, we're going to have a Q&A session. So please, if you're seeing this session from YouTube or from Facebook, feel free to write all your questions. We have a team monitoring all the questions live so we can answer at the end of the session. So let's start. Next slide, please. Again, I'm super happy to be with you today. My name is Felipe, and I'm actually right now in Santiago, Chile, in Latin America. This is a sample of how global, how big Didi is. So you have heard probably in media, in some ads that we have launched already, that we are the biggest global mobility player, the biggest global mobility platform. And that is true. We are present already in 4 continents, and we have more than 15 operations. You can see in the map that we are covering most of Latin America. We're also in China, which is the place we began our adventure back 8 years ago already. We just launched in Russia, and we are starting our road or adventure in Africa with the launch in South Africa. Probably you saw some news a few weeks ago about our global announcement of us, Didi, entering the African continent. It's something that makes us really proud. And again, we are starting this adventure with you guys in Cape Town. So we are super proud, super grateful for the reception that we have had so far. And our main goal is to make a better journey for you, to give you access to better economic opportunities. So let's move to the next slide, please. This is something really important to us because we want to build trust from the very beginning with you. And in order to do that, I want to highlight some of the mentions we have had in different media present in South Africa. This is super important, and so far has been super successful. We haven't launched yet in Cape Town, and even considering that, we have almost 100 publications in different media talking about the arrival of Didi. So that's incredible. And that helps us predict we're going to be super successful in Cape Town, in South Africa, and in the whole African continent. In the left, actually, is the most recent news about Didi. It's from Time magazine, which is a global publication, as you know, naming Didi one of the 100 most influential companies in the world, which is huge for us. The whole team is super grateful and super excited because we are making a better journey for drivers, for riders, and also for governments in different countries around the world. When we say that we are global and that we are big, we have a lot of confidence because we have, at this point, more than 15 product lines in different markets that goes from ride-hailing, the service that you already know, to food delivery, to designated drivers, buses, payments, and etc. So we are a truly comprehensive and integral platform that brings better opportunities and better life conditions for everyone. We are present, again, in more than 15 countries in 4 continents. And when we say, and this is super important for you to understand how big is Didi, when we say that we are the world's #1 mobility platform, just for you to compare, you know, I don't have to name it, but you know who our biggest competition is, of course. We make at least double the number of daily trips they do in the whole world, which is just huge. Let's move to the next slide, please, guys. This is something really important because one of the most frequent questions that we get from the drivers when we are in the middle of the sign-up process is that how is DiDi, how are we, the team, going to make sure that everyone in a city, when we're launching, in this case, Cape Town, how are we going to make sure that everyone knows that DiDi is arriving in order for riders to start requesting trips as soon as we launch? Don't worry about it. Our plan is going as big as possible and make sure that everyone knows that DiDi is launching in Cape Town in order for you to get all those incredible economic opportunities. So in order to deep dive into that, I'm going to give the word to Jonathan, my colleague from marketing, who is going to explain all the things that we're going to do in order to spread the word and make DiDi something that everyone talks about. Take it away, Jonathan.
Thank you, Felipe. Much appreciated. And morning to all our driver partners in Cape Town. Now, I'm Jonathan. I'm your marketing manager for DiDi South Africa. And I wanted to start this conversation with asking you guys a question. And if you guys could guess the location of this billboard, I'll give it a few seconds, but I think it's quite obvious where you'll find this billboard. And the answer for this one is Cape Town International Airport. So obviously you can see the great investment that we've made to make sure that we can be front and center of all riders in Cape Town. And this is just a glimpse of what we have in store for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the brand exposure and what we plan to do to really get you guys to earn more. We understand that you guys want to understand essentially how we're going to spread the word and essentially create that demand for you guys to earn more. And it's quite simple. Amongst many things, one of the things we'll do is create a lot of billboards in key locations around Cape Town. At the same time, we're going to drive a lot of engagement with drivers and riders through our radio ads. And the two last most powerful things that we'll be running are social media campaigns and promotional activities that will really ramp up a lot of usage around Cape Town. What you can expect is much, much more than this, but we look forward to really launching in Cape Town and allowing you guys to earn more. I'll let Kevin go with the next slide. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kevin from the DiDi operations team, and I'm super excited to be talking to you about something very, very important for drivers, which is driver earnings. After all, why would you join a program like DiDi? Why would you drive for any ride-hailing company except to maximize your earnings? And we've been hard at work defining exactly how drivers can maximize their earnings with DiDi, and I'm really excited to be sharing with you some of the opportunities that are coming up and exactly how you can take advantage of those. Just before we jump into this, please remember that in order for you to earn your 20 Rand for joining this event, you need to be an active driver and post your DiDi-Driver number in the comments or as a private message to the host. So please post your DiDi-Driver number now of your registered account to make sure that you don't miss out on that 20 Rand reward. Already earning money with DiDi before things kick off. What can I say? So with DiDi, at DiDi, there are 3 ways to maximize your earnings during this launch phase that we want to talk you through. And 3 things we're really excited about that people have been earning lots of money within PE and in our other countries that we've launched in. The first thing that I'd like to chat you through is the 0% service fee plus the 250 Rand bonus. So if you register now and if you're live and active on the DiDi platform before the end of the month or before the launch happens in May, you are eligible for the 0% service fee and for the 250 Rand bonus. So make sure that you go to our hub at 48 Dane Street and you get them to help you get active on the platform and upload all the documents that you need so you're eligible for these rewards. 0% service fee. Imagine all of the money that you earn on the platform, all of that time that you put in is yours, and you take all of that money home without us charging a service fee on top of that. Aside from this, there are great opportunities for you to earn off your network and of sharing DiDi with your riders and with various other drivers in your community. These 2 are the driver referral program and the rider referral program. You can earn 300 Rand for every single driver that you refer to the DiDi platform that registers successfully and completes 10 trips within the first 2 weeks of launch. Imagine how easy is that? Imagine how many drivers you know. If you get each of them to join with your unique referral link, you'll get 300 Rand for every one of those drivers. But that's not all. there's a great opportunity to earn with passenger referrals. You can earn up to 15,000 Rand for referring 200 riders to the DiDi platform. And if you refer less than that, you can earn on average 70 Rand per rider that you refer. So get onto the DiDi platform, get your account activated so you can start referring today and you can maximize your earnings with DiDi. At DiDi, we also focus on making sure that you have long-term sustainable earnings. So it's not just a party at the beginning when we're launching. Your earnings are sustainable for the long term, and we try and make sure that you're earning as much as possible, not just now, but in future. So our low service fees means more money in your pocket. And I've explained this with one example of a 100 Rand fare trip. And to make it simple, we're going to exclude the booking fee. So I've got 4 scenarios on the right here. The first is a DiDi early bird bonus. So as I mentioned, if you register and you get yourself active before the launch, you can take advantage of that 0% service fee. So for this 100 Rand fare trip, you will keep that 100 Rand. It's all yours. The next scenario is the DiDi standard service fee, which is 13%. So for the 100 Rand trip, you keep 87 Rand, which is far better than the other 2 scenarios where you have a 23% service fee and a 28% service fee. You can earn up to 20% more for the same trip on DiDi. So make sure that you're signed up so you can take advantage of the 0% service fee and maximize your earnings there. And make sure that you take as many trips on DiDi as possible so you can maximize your earnings in the long term. Aside from this, we want to make sure that you're compensated for your time. And we've introduced a dynamic cancellation fee to make sure that we do exactly that. So there are 4 stages that go into our dynamic cancellation fee that make sure that you're compensated for the time that you spend to get a rider into your car and taking a trip with you. At the first stage, you need to spend 5 minutes going towards the rider. So this is fairly standard. You go towards the rider, and after this 5 minutes, you can start earning towards your cancellation fee, even on a cash trip. At the second stage, if the rider cancels after 5 minutes that the trip has been requested, you start earning. If you've arrived at your destination pickup point and the rider cancels after you arrived, you can also earn a cancellation fee. And then we put the power in your hands. If you're at the destination for over 3 minutes, you can cancel and you're still eligible for that cancellation fee. Cancellation fees range from 10 Rand to 20 Rand, and you can be eligible for this on card trips and cash trips. Simple as that. DiDi makes sure that you're compensated for the time you spend and the valuable kilometers you drive to get a trip.
Oh, my apologies. Molweni nonke ekapa. My name is Tabiso, and I'll be chatting to you further about our driver community here at DiDi. So let's jump in. At DiDi, drivers are the lifeblood of our organization. So when you join DiDi, you're joining our family. And, as part of being a part of our family, we want to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. We also understand that you are on the ground driving for us, so you know exactly what's happening with our clients. So we want to know exactly what challenges you may be facing outside. So that being said, we have a dedicated Facebook drivers group, and also we are available at our driver hub in Observatory, and also you can contact us via email. Ultimately, here at DiDi, our drivers are our priority, and we want you to make a better journey. So then, to jump in. So here at DiDi, we recognize that COVID-19 is a very serious issue. And that being said, we're taking it very seriously. And to match our word, we are actually committing 150 million Rand towards a COVID relief fund, whereby you as a driver, in the event that you test positive for COVID-19, you can claim up to 2 weeks in payment to compensate for your losses and also for the fact that you would be in isolation and recuperating. So we also understand that here on our side is that a third wave may be coming, and we want to keep you assured that we have partition screens available for you to protect yourself from the passengers that you'll be transporting. So ultimately, your safety is our priority. And we will continue to keep you updated on vaccination updates, government news, and also general news regarding the pandemic. Because ultimately here at DiDi, we want you to make a better journey. So that being said, Inkosi kakhulu, and I shall hand over to my colleague Lindelwa, who will be walking you through these fantastic app features designed by us for you.
Molweni Kapa, my name is Lindelwa, and today I am super excited to present to you our safety and in-app features here at DiDi. The first safety app feature that I want to discuss with you is our safety toolkit. So here at DiDi, as Cecil mentioned, we take safety very seriously. Safety is our utmost first priority. So for our safety toolkit, we have an SOS emergency button for you. What does this button do? Simply push the button and you will be connected with a 24/7 armed response, as well as police emergency contact. The riders also have access to the safety toolkit. And on top of that, they are able to share their trip with any person that they trust with a click of a button. Additionally, we also have another safety features about dangerous zones. So I can see here in the comments, some of you have already asked what happens about areas that are dangerous, such as Nyanga or Elanga. Don't worry about that. We have a multi-tiered approach to help us reduce any safety risks in different areas. What this app feature allows us to do is that in certain areas that are marked as dangerous zones, we can either block any trip requests from coming, or if it's a medium risk area, we can change the request to disallow any cash requests from coming in to mitigate any risk from you getting robbed. Additionally, we can also send some warnings to you to flag to you that this is a high risk area and that you should proceed with precaution. So these two, very important to us, and we hope that it will help you have a safer trip with us. The next app feature that I would like to present to you today is about our passenger onboarding. So what does this mean? We here at DiDi have heard your guys' feedback about some safety incidents as well as concerns when it comes to passengers and whether passengers have been verified and onboarded correctly. So what we are doing here is that during our onboarding process, we will make sure that we verify the passengers. So people will either have to verify via Facebook or through facial recognition by taking a selfie before they're allowed to request a trip. Additionally, what we will be doing in the upcoming few months after our launch will be making sure that we verify people's requests with their ID, such as government ID or their driver's license, to make sure that it is indeed the person who is taking the trip, and as well as other third-party verifications such as bank cards. Additionally, we will be blacklisting people who have been marked as high-risk offenders. So what this means is that any information that is linked to a blacklisted passenger will be intercepted immediately, be it they're using the same phone number or they are using the same card to make a booking. This will immediately be flagged and this person will not be allowed to ride. So these are some of the in-app safety features. The next safety feature that I would like to discuss with you today is one that I am super excited to present, because honestly, no one else is doing this. And it just shows you how much DiDi takes safety very seriously. And we are at the forefront of making sure that you guys have a safe experience with us. And this is our in-trip recording monitoring system. How this system works is it's got a very intelligent system running in the background. So if you have this enabled, it will automatically detect if an unusual or suspicious incident has happened, and it will immediately trigger our in-app safety toolkit and SOS button. So this just goes to show that safety is our #1 priority, because we use these advanced algorithms to monitor your trip for enhanced safety. And the trip will be recorded, and this will be something that you'll be notified through via the app and immediately connect with our people who will be at the forefront to come and assist you immediately. So I really hope that you will enjoy these in-app safety features. As we said, we have a team who is based in Beijing and in the US who is constantly going to be monitoring and trying to enhance these features for us. And we really, really would appreciate your feedback as well as your help, such as, with updating any dangerous areas, because as you know, criminals are getting smarter and we want to stay at the forefront of this. So that's it on the safety. If I move on to the app features, what we have is additional features to help you have better control of your wallet. So some of our in-app features which you have will be allowing you to view your earnings as well as your balance, other trip details, and update some of your banking information. Another feature which we've added, based on listening to you and hearing your feedback, is allowing for withdrawals. So sometimes we know you need cash to put money for your fuel. You need cash perhaps to buy food for the day. And you will not have to wait until only the bank payment on Monday. We will allow you to withdraw up to once per day at a small transaction fee of R2. So again, we want to really give you better control of your earnings through DD. The next feature that I'd like to present to you is one that's going to allow you to choose where you drive better. So basically what these features will allow is for you to preview the destinations. So not only will you be able to see where the pickup location is, you will now be able to also see where you are dropping off the location before you accept where the request comes from. Additionally, you can also set destination filters. And you can set these destination filters 3 times a day. So perhaps you are wrapping up your trip and you're looking to get home, but this will then allow you to accept trips that are going in that area of your chosen destination. So really giving you more control over how you drive and your experience with DD. Next, the feature that we want to also discuss is really things that we've also heard about you. So one, we know that you guys will get rated by the riders, but we also want you to have your say about riders, because I'm sure all of you have had experiences with some not so pleasant riders. So what we have here today is one feature that allows you to unmatch with a rider. So let's say you have a bad experience with a certain passenger and you would never like to receive any trips from that passenger again. This feature will allow you to unmatch with that rider, and you will then not be paired up with that rider ever again. The next feature that we also have is the Smart Star rating. So we know that some riders sometimes give poor ratings without really justifying, and this can really affect your overall rating as a driver. We want to protect you from that. So riders will now need to justify any star rating that is below 5 stars. And if they have not justified it well enough, certain ratings that are below 5 star will not be counted. So you can still maintain the right profile and experience within DD. So really giving you the chance to have your say about riders as well. Our next feature that we have is one that really we've tried to ensure that you guys have as much transparency as possible within DD. We will provide you with 3 maps for you to choose from in order to view your trips. One that will allow you to see where the demand is, as well as where the dynamic pricing is of the maps and traffic. So you will always have proper transparency of knowing where the dynamic pricing is being applied, as well as seeing exactly what the multiplier effect is. So at DD, we want you to have absolute transparency with everything that you're doing and all the demand and requests that you can see. The last feature that I'd like to take you through today is our in-app communication. So here we really want to protect you. So we are going to mask all phone numbers, both for yourself as well as the driver, as well as the rider, and we will be having instant messaging located within the app. Additionally, there'll be automated in-app messages. So if you are approaching a destination pickup point, the person will be able to see that you're arriving, and we will automatically send them a prompt to encourage them to wait outside for you. Additionally, we will also have some quick dial message templates that will allow you to quickly respond to a rider and let them know of any updates from your side. So we really hope that you'll enjoy our safety and in-app features. I will now hand it over to Marianne, who will take you through some of our incredible rider promotions. Thank you.
Thanks, Lindawa. Hi, everyone. My name is Marianne, and I'll be taking you through our rider promotions. So here at DD, we want our drivers to maximize their earnings and be as successful as they can be. And in order to do so, we understand that we need to have as many riders on our platform as possible. You can contribute to this by assisting us with creating awareness about the DD platform by telling your potential riders about promotions. It is really important to keep in mind that all of these promotions will be subsidized by us at DD, and you as the drivers will not lose any money from our promotions. Next slide. So, to get our riders into the orange spirit, we have our first rider promotion, which is the 50% off welcome pack, which begins when DiDi arrives in Cape Town in May. During that time, riders will get 50% off their first 10 rides. How it works is actually quite simple. All riders have to do to earn this voucher is to download the DiDi app from the App Store or the Google Play Store on their smartphone and then click sign up. That's it. Next slide. Our next promotion is the referral promotion. With this promotion, riders get to earn vouchers for free rides when they refer their friends to the DiDi platform through daily targets. All riders need to do to earn the vouchers is 1, share the link found in the app with their friends. The more people they share the link with, the easier it will be for them to achieve their daily goal. So group chats are amazing for this. 2 is to click. So as soon as riders' friends get the rider's link, their friends will need to click on the link and sign in. 3 is to redeem. So once their friends have signed in, riders can redeem their voucher. Again, really, really easy. Next slide. Our next promotion is our special DiDi Day promotion. How this works is that on special days, our DiDi days, riders get a free ride. All they need to do to redeem this voucher is to apply the code that's provided in the page, DiDi Day. Again, it really, really is that easy. So all of these promotions are really exciting. So be sure to inform your riders from all the other platforms about DiDi and our promotions as soon as possible. If you're feeling shy and uncertain of how the conversation should go, I'll give you an example of how it should start. So assuming the rider gets into your car and is settled in your car, you can start the conversation like this. Hi, have you heard of DiDi? If not, it is an online e-hailing platform which is new to South Africa and is launching in May in Cape Town. There are many promotions available for you to benefit from, such as the 50% off your first 10 rides, referring your friends and family to redeem vouchers every day, and lastly, the getting a free ride on our special DiDi days. There really is much to earn on this platform, so the sooner you join, the more you can earn. And there you go. That's how you can have the conversation. Next slide. Now, before you think that you will be doing all of the work, we at DiDi will also do our share to ensure that we're creating as much awareness as possible through various online platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We've also taken your feedback about offline awareness for riders by placing adverts in local newspapers as well as radio adverts that have been broadcasted. We also have flyers and activations. The plan is, with all of these promotions, is so that the drivers can get as many riders on their DiDi platform and to maximize their earnings. And remember what I mentioned earlier, we will be paying for all of these promotions. So this is an opportunity for you as drivers to really cash in. I will now be handing over to my colleague Momo, who will take you through the various ways that you can earn more from riders. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Momo and I'm going to discuss the Referral Rewards program. As Kevin mentioned, there are 2 very easy ways for you guys to earn more with DiDi during our launch phase, and this is through our driver and rider referral programs. First, you'll need your custom referral code. You can find this by going to your earnings icon on the top right of the app, then click Referral Rewards. You will then have the option of selecting Refer to Rider or Refer to Driver. Alternatively, you can just access your referral code by tapping on one of the 2 banners on the driver app as shown on the screen. As you guys can see, this is a really, really exciting opportunity. In other markets, our top drivers have earned over 50,000 rands for referring riders and drivers. So definitely get involved with the program if you're interested in maximizing your potential earnings. It's important to keep in mind that you only get the chance to refer someone once. This means if they're already using the app, you cannot earn the referral bonus. So please, please, please be quick and register now so that you're first in line to refer people to DiDi. If you guys have any questions, you can always visit our hub and observatory, where you'll also be able to pick up referral cards and in-car stickers. I'll now hand it over back to Kevin.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the event. I can feel the excitement in the room building. A lot of people have very positive comments on the YouTube page, and we want to continue this conversation. So I'm going to be remaining at the end over here to answer any questions that you have. And please head over to our DiDi South Africa driver group or our DiDi South Africa page to post any questions that you have later on and engage with us so that we can help you with any concerns that you have on ahead of the DiDi launch and along the way. Please also remember to reach out at help.driver@za.didiglobal.com if you need additional support. We are always here for you, and we are always here to back up drivers and help with answering any questions that they have. Again, I'd just like to recap on some of the key things in the event. We've spoken you through all the effort that we're putting in to make sure that Cape Town's a success. We've done a massive splash across the media and in advertising with the billboard at the airport with 96 media impressions. So DiDi is definitely coming. We're entrenched and riders know it, and you're going to have trips when we launch later on in May. We've covered some of our earnings, how you can earn as much as possible with DiDi, especially in the beginning phase. We've covered our safety features that are really world-class and leading within the environment. And we've taken you through some of our initiatives of how we're going to make sure that drivers are rearing to go and requesting you left, right, and center as soon as DiDi releases. But now it's over to you to make sure that you can join us in sharing the prosperity. Go over to the DiDi Hub at 48 Dane Street and collect referral cards, referral vouchers, stickers to spread the word about DiDi. We want to make this a DiDi community and a DiDi community platform so that you can share in the prosperity with referral rewards as we move riders onto the DiDi platform, onto a space where you can earn, as I've said before, whatever you earn on a trip minus 13% commission, which is lower than what we've seen in many places in the market. So remember, go to our hub at 48 Dane Street and collect these referral cards, referral vouchers, so you can go well on your way to being one of those people that earns up to 15,000 Rand in referral rewards for referring a rider. I'm going to take a moment now to answer some of the key questions that have come through. One of the key themes that have been in the chat is that of impounds and of permits within the city. We know that impounds are a very big concern for drivers and something that can be quite devastating for you. And we want to make sure that DiDi will be with you even when the situation is not ideal. We'll support you if you reach out to us, and we'll share more details on exactly what the support will look like and how we aim to help drivers in this case closer to the launch date. Some additional questions that have come through on the line. How will DiDi help with the taxi permits? As mentioned, this is going to be a thing that we do on a case-by-case basis. And please reach out to us to hear more about this, and we'll release further details closer to the date. Our commission after the launch period, as mentioned, this will be 13%, including VAT, which I think is a very generous offer, and make sure that we put more money back into the driver's pocket and make sure that you can maximize your earnings. We've received a question on call centers and whether we facilitate the application for operating permits. I think I've dealt with the operating permits question, but on the call center question, we have various support channels that a driver can reach out to. So this includes reaching out on our Facebook page. So any driver can go onto the DiDi South Africa drivers group or go onto our DiDi South Africa Facebook page and reach out for support there. Reach out via email at help.driver@za.didiglobal.com for support, or reach out in the app. So if you go into your app and you click on your profile picture, you can open the support center where there's various questions and answers to help you, and you can submit a ticket via that support system. There's a question on safety features and the features of the app. So will the DiDi app be able to tell you exactly where the client's end location is before you're accepting? This is definitely a solution that we have. So before you accept the trip, you'll be able to see where the client is going and where they're coming from. Something that we do have that a lot of drivers have really enjoyed in Port Elizabeth, we have marked out the dangerous areas. So if you say receiving a trip to a dangerous area, I know that we've had people mentioning that cash trips in Philippi can be a very dangerous trip to make. If you reject that trip, your rewards metrics and your statistics on DiDi will not be effective. So if you reject, say, a trip that goes to a dangerous area and a trip that is a cash trip and identified as high risk, we actually flag this on the app to give you more of this information for you to reject, and your metrics will not be impacted. So we want to make sure that you're comfortable in feeling safe in your trips and earning money through the platform. Sure, we've got quite a few questions coming in. I'm really glad that everyone's very excited for the DiDi platform and really excited for our launch. What about vehicle owners that want to join DiDi but not as drivers? That is a very good question. We do have an extensive product for fleet owners that puts control in the fleet owner's hands. If you register as a fleet owner on the DiDi platform, you'll receive an email that covers the detailed overview of what our fleet product is. The overall objective of our fleet is to make sure that fleet partners are in control and can manage their credit risk. So when they have a driver out on the app and riding with DiDi, they can monitor how many trips they've done, and the money earned via credit card goes through to the fleet owner's account. Do we have a fleet app? At the moment, we do not have a fleet app launched, but we do have an extensive fleet management system that you can access online. So remember, when you're signing up, sign up as a fleet owner so that you can receive all of this information via email, or reach out to help.driver@za.didiglobal.com, and we can help with providing further input on this. How can drivers without cars get involved? Drivers without cars, as with many of the other applications within the country, drivers without cars can get involved on the platform by renting a car from one of the fleet owners that we have within the network. At the moment, we're not linking drivers with fleet owners, but we encourage you to research online for people that do this as their professional business and reach out to them to be connected with a car and start earning money on the DiDi platform. Multiple rides, so you are able to do back-to-back trips on DiDi. We try to make sure that you're earning as much money as possible, and we're maximizing how you're engaging with the system. So we put the power in your hands. You can state that you'd like to do back-to-back trips on DiDi, and we'll make sure that you're working all of the time and you're maximizing your earning for the time that you're putting in. We'd like to make sure that drivers are getting as much benefit as possible for the time that they're putting in. When are we coming to Johannesburg? So DiDi has some very ambitious expansion plans. At the moment, we're very focused on making Cape Town a success. And once we've made Cape Town a success, we will explore additional cities. So we're really focusing on making Cape Town a success and expanding it. So really get into the platform, get started, get yourself activated so you can take advantage of all the energy around DiDi when we launch in Cape Town later in May. We have a question on your models that are allowed when we accept hatchback cars. So we accept for the DiDi Go product, which is our more affordable product, any sedan cars that are 2011 and newer, and any hatchbacks that are 2013 and newer. So if you have one of those cars or have access to one of those cars, you can register for the DiDi Go product. Simply visit the hub at 48 Dane Street if you'd like additional support with this registration. And remember, make sure that you're registered before the launch to make sure that you can take advantage of the 0% commission, and you can take advantage of the 250 Rand reward for free just by signing up on the DiDi platform and doing 10 trips within the first 2 weeks. Will DiDi make available this recording? Absolutely. We will make this recording available on our Facebook page, and we'll send a recap of this event to the various drivers that weren't able to join. As well, we will have an additional launch event closer to the official launch where we'll announce the launch date, we'll announce the price per kilometer. I know we've had a few questions on this, and we'll announce the price per kilometer, the official launch date, and various other information that's key to the launch for you to keep in mind. I just want to pass this question on to Lindewa on our safety features. So there's a question, Lindewa, on whether customers are verified or traced. I believe that you spoke about that in your section.
Yes, that's correct. Thanks, Kevin. That's a very good question, and totally understand the concern around that. And yes, customers will be verified and traced. So as I spoke about it earlier, before we'll do this twice. So once when the customer has been onboarded, so when they're signing up for their DiDi account, we will make sure that we verify them. And secondly, also when they actually request a chip, if this person has perhaps been marked as a medium to high risk person, we will again ask them to verify themselves with either a selfie or additional information. So this will allow us to trace this person should there be any incidents. But of course, we want to prevent that from happening. So from the onboarding experience, we will make sure that we verify all passengers before any requests have happened. I see here there's also a question on the car categories. I'll hand that over to Thabiso to discuss.
All right, thank you so much, Lindela, for that. So regarding the product categories for Cape Town, we are pleased to confirm that we will be launching 3 product lines. So we are looking at the moment at launching DiDi Go, DiDi Express, and DiDi XL. So in terms of the requirements for DiDi Go, it would be a hatchback that is no older than from 2013, so from 2013 or newer. In terms of sedans for DiDi Go, as Kevin mentioned, it would be then sedans from 2011 and newer. For DiDi Express, it would be sedans from 2013 and newer. And then lastly, then with the DiDi XL, it would be your SUVs, so rather your 7-seater vehicles from 2015 onwards. However, feel free to familiarize yourself with the models that we are looking for on our website at za.didiglobal.com. And that being said, also, if you have any luxury vehicles, so be it your BMWs, Mercedes-Benzes that are from 2015 and newer, pop into our hub and possibly discuss the possibility of joining DiDi, because also one of our pipeline projects is to possibly launch then a luxury segment where we would be targeting then those clients who want to travel in luxury.
I can see there's a lot of energy around the rate per kilometer and rate per minute traveled. I just want to pass this question on to Cecil, who can comment a bit more about the rates and when we will be releasing this information. It's a really exciting development as as we've mentioned, we want to make sure you can maximize your earnings, and this is the best platform for drivers and the best platform for riders.
Thanks, Kevin. Happy to take that on. In terms of rate per kilometer, we don't have the details finalized yet, but in terms of principle, what we want to achieve is when you compare the same trip on DiDi versus the same trip on other platforms, you want to make sure you are better off taking that ride on DiDi, right? So the price differential may be between 5 to 10% versus other platforms, so that it's better off for the passengers. But at the same time, with our lower take rate at the launch phase of 0% and 13% on the long term, you can be guaranteed that you are gonna be better off taking the trip on DiDi to maximize your earning. Thanks, Kevin.
Just to comment a bit on another question that's come up on acceptance rate and cancellation policy. DiDi likes to make sure that drivers that are on the platform are committed to the platform. So we do have certain service management policies that we have in place, but these only kick in extreme cases. Let's say if you reject trip after trip without relenting, it's then a person that's not really interested in driving on the platform, and it's a person that might be just rejecting them and trying to cherry pick. We like to make sure that everything is fair across the driver distribution. This, of course, will not be in place if you're traveling to a dangerous area. As I've mentioned before, you will not be penalized for any rejections of trips within dangerous areas that we've identified. This is one of our key safety features that we like that we want to make sure is in place to keep you safe and make sure that you feel comfortable taking trips within areas that we've identified as very high risk. On the DiDi pickup radius, this is and whether you'll be compensated if the trip is very far away. This is a very hot topic as well, and we've introduced a pickup reward for our drivers in PE. So if the trip is beyond a certain amount of kilometers away from you, you will receive a pickup reward for driving towards that to compensate you for the fuel cost. We understand that with the recent fuel price hike, this has definitely been something that have hit the drivers that are driving on our platform and driver partners for DiDi very hard. And we want to make sure that we can help with this, especially in the case that you're picking up a passenger that's very far away from you. I just want to pass on to Lindewa to answer the question of whether you can add a vehicle at a later stage.
Yes, sure. Thanks, Kevin. Yes, you will be able to add a vehicle on later at a later stage. I also see there are a couple of questions that have come in about registration, so uploading of documents and whether things haven't pulled through yet. For any sort of registration questions that you guys might have, we really encourage you to please visit our hub in Cape Town that Thabiso has spoken about earlier. The people there are super helpful and willing to help you through each and every step. So really encourage you to please get down to the hub in order to find out more details too.
All right, excellent. I just want to answer one more question before we wrap up, and this is on how many customers have signed up for DiDi in Cape Town. As we've mentioned, we've done an enormous splash within the city and across the different media platforms, and we have thousands of drivers that have signed up and are ready to go. So make sure that you're signed up on the platform to ensure that you can take advantage of the early bird rewards, that you can take advantage of all the passengers that are going to be waiting to take a trip with you as soon as we launch. This is all from us today, but of course it's not all for us going forward. Please reach out to us over our service channels, so over our Facebook group, by reaching out to help.driver@za.didiglobal.com, and keep an eye out for our emails of further developments. As we get closer to the launch date, we'll keep you updated with our prices of our fares and various other exciting developments as we get closer to the launch. Thank you all very much for your attention, and we look forward to engaging you and helping you maximize your earnings and improve your prosperity going forward.